Today for story time on this glorious Tuesday, eyes up here, is Apple Farmer Annie. This is about a girl named Annie, and she runs an apple farm, and she sells the things she makes with apples. We're going to find out what it looks like on an apple farm. This is Apple Farmer Annie, written and illustrated by Monica Wellington. She's the author, which means she wrote and she's the illustrator, which means she drew here's the end page, Apple Farmer Annie. Written and illustrated by Monica Wellington. Here's the title page. She is in her apple orchard. An apple farm is called an orchard. What is an apple farm called? An orchard. Annie is an apple farmer. She has a big orchard of apple trees. Oh, it's a lot of apples. And a lot of trees.
Is there 100?
In the fall, that's when we started school, in the fall. In the fall, she picks baskets and baskets of round, ripe apples. Ripe means ready to eat. So she picks them off the trees in the orchard because they're ready to eat. And she puts them in baskets. And it looks like she's got two helpers. A dog, and do you see what's in the tree up here? A cat. A dog and a cat.
Or you could call it the cat a kitty.
Apple Farmer Annie grows many kinds of apples. Here's a word. She sorts. What do you do when you hear that word? Points. And organizes them. She puts the Red Delicious all together, the Gala apples all together, the Golden Delicious all together, and the green apples all together. She organizes them into the groups of the same apples. Now, here's what she does in the back, eyes up here. Shane, on your bottom, eyes up here. Here's what she does with some of her apples. She uses some of them to make sweet apple cider. Apple cider is kind of like apple juice, except a little spicier. And sometimes you can have apple cider warm, heated up, or cold.
Or applesauce.
She makes apple cider. What's one thing she makes with her apples? She uses other apples to make delicious, smooth applesauce. Applesauce in my mouth. If you like applesauce, give me a thumbs up. Lots of friends like applesauce. So she makes apple cider, applesauce, and she loves baking muffins, cakes, and pies with her apples. Muffins, cakes, and pies. On your bottom in your chair, with eyes up here, Bailey, focus. So she makes apple cider, applesauce, apple muffins, cakes, and pies. But she saves the most beautiful apples of all to sell fresh at the market. So she sells them at the market. What is she doing right now?
She's carrying apples.
Where is she carrying them to?
To
To her truck. She's loading them into her truck.
the car.
Listen, here's that word. Get ready to point. She loads everything into her truck and drives to the city. That means she puts everything into the truck. Apples,
I see your truck.
fresh apples, apple cider, applesauce, apple muffins, cakes, and pies. She brings her dog, and I don't know if she brings her cat. And she goes into the city. Doesn't look like she brings her cat. Annie, the apple farmer, sets up her fruit stand in the farmer's market. If you have ever been to a farmer's market, touch your head. So this is where she sells all her apple goods. And you know what? Lots of customers come to Annie's stand. She's busy all day long selling apple cider, applesauce, apple muffins, cakes, and pies, and fresh apples. People just love Apple Farmer Annie's apple goods. By the end of the day, guess what? She sold everything. So she has to pack up and go home. When she loads her truck, is her load at the end of the day, is it heavier or lighter than in the morning? Lighter, because she doesn't have as much stuff because she sold it all at the market. So she has empty baskets, just her and her dog. And at the end of the day, Annie is tired and happy. It feels so good to have her own apple farm. And look at her relaxing in her chair with her cat and a book. That's the cat purring. Have you ever heard a cat purr?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
And that is Apple Farmer Annie, as read to you by Mr. Bean, to his group of